morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Monday the 9th of November. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks. Mixed start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fall through the pivot at 15,302 to support a run at the first major resistance level. It's at 15,848. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's high, 15,650, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 15,888, which is the most recent high, to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Bitcoin test resistance at 16,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 16,197. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 14,953 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should still well clear of the second major support level sitting at 14,407. Looking at the MACD, got a narrowing of the bearish histograms, but nothing indicative of a bearish morning ahead, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, we're seeing the 50 move away marginally from the 100 and the 200, supportive of some upside this morning, so also need to keep an eye on that. So Bitcoin avoiding the pivot should bring 15,800 levels and resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and then you got support levels coming into play. Moving across Ethereum against the US dollar, bearish start to today. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 449.28 to support a run at the first major resistance level, so at 465.90. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break back through to 460 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect resistance at 465 to pin Ethereum back. In the event of a breakout, got the second major resistance level at 477.20. Resistance at 470 would likely pin Ethereum back, however. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 437.98 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 430s. Second major support level sits at 421.36. Looking at the MACD, we've got a narrowing of the bullish histogram supportive of this early pullback. And we're seeing the 50 EMA flat on the 100 and the 200. So I need to keep an eye on that. So avoiding a fall through the pivot at 449.28 would bring 460s and resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and you got support levels in play on the day. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar. Slightly bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 60.58 to take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 62.48. We need to see broad-based crypto rally for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high that was at 62.07. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Litecoin test resistance at 63 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 63.98. Fall through the pivot, bring the first major support level sitting at 59.08 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should still well clear of the second major support level sitting at 57.18. Looking at the MACD, we've got a marked narrowing of the bullish histogram, suggestive of a possible downside through the morning, so need to keep an eye on that. On the EMA, we're seeing the 50 hold its ground against the 100 and the 200, however, so also need to keep an eye on that. Nothing indicative of a breakout. So key through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 60.58, break through to 62 levels to then bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, but a start to the morning. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 0.2529 to support a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 0.2580. Support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high, 0.25722. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of breakout, could see Ripple's XRP test the second major resistance level sitting at 0.2623 and resistance at 0.27 before any pullback. Third major resistance level sits at 0.2717. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 0.2486 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should still well clear of sub 0.24s. Second major support level sits at 0.2435. Looking at the MACDs, we're seeing a slight widening of the bullish histogram after avoiding a bearish cross late yesterday, supportive of this early upside. On the EMA, we're seeing the 50 hold its ground against the 100 and the 200. Nothing conclusive as yet on direction for the day. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 0.2529 and break out from yesterday's high at 0.25722 to bring resistance levels into play.